We're going to peek under the hood of Azure in this lesson, and not just because it's kind of cool to see how Microsoft has designed Azure to support the benefits of the cloud that we've already covered. It's also important for you to understand some of the workings of Azure so that you can make the right decisions for your specific needs when you're using Azure. So let's begin by looking at Azure geographies and regions. So as you might have suspected, Azure is a huge platform, not only in the number of services it offers, but also how those servers are distributed across the entire planet. And this distribution is important for performance reasons because it allows you to use Azure services that are geographically close to you. Microsoft distributes Azure resources using two different entities, geographies and regions. And we're going to look at regions in just a minute. But first, why would Microsoft use geographies? Well, geographies are defined, as you might have already guessed, by the borders of countries. And the purpose of a geography is to ensure that data and resources within that geography comply with regulations. So, for example, in the United States, healthcare companies must comply with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA. And in the European Union, companies must comply with the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR. Geographies in Azure ensure that this kind of compliance is maintained. So that's geographies. What about regions? Well, regions are actually defined within a particular geography. So take for example the United States of America. There is a United States geography in Azure, and within it Microsoft has defined regions where Azure resources can be created. Now here are some of the regions within the United States geography, and that's a lot of regions, and they're spread out as you can see over wide geographic distances for a reason, and we'll look at why they've spread them out this way a little bit later. But I wanted you to see that there are a lot of regions spread out across the world. These are just some of the regions in the United States. There are many more in the United States and in other geographies all across the world. Now at this point you might be asking what exactly is an Azure region? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's have a look at what's inside of an Azure region. An Azure region contains data centers, and as you can see in this picture, a data center is a building that contains the infrastructure necessary to run Azure services. Microsoft designs these regions and the data centers within them to offer highly available services to customers. Although keep in mind that there's no such thing as 100% available, there are always going to be situations where something goes wrong. But Microsoft has gone to great lengths to ensure that Azure services are highly reliable and available greater than 99% of the time. Now, as you saw earlier, regions are spread out across the geography, and because the cost associated with the region, things such as electricity, water, that kind of thing, they can vary in different areas of a country. So prices for Azure services often differ between regions, and the difference isn't huge, but there's usually a difference depending on a region. Features can also differ between regions. As Microsoft introduces new functionality in Azure, it usually deploys that functionality to all of the different regions over time. Oh, and there's another interesting thing about regions. Each region has a region pair, another region that's far away from it that ensures your Azure resources aren't impacted by things like natural disasters or other problems. And if you create copies of your Azure resources in both regions that are in a region pair, you'll have the highest reliability for your services. So that's an Azure region, and when you create Azure resources, you create them in a specific region, and you'll see exactly what I mean when we go through some of the demos a little bit later. Now let's go a little bit deeper and look at an Azure data center, the building itself in more detail. I've already told you that an Azure data center is a physical building within an Azure region, and you could literally drive right up to an Azure region and check it out for yourself. Well, you could if you were approved to do that. I guess you can't just walk into an Azure data center. It's a secure complex, and everyone who enters it must go through a secure checkpoint. In fact, Azure regions are surrounded by a secure perimeter fence, so you could drive up to it, but you'd be driving up to that perimeter fence. Now, there's a lot of power and other resource usage in an Azure region and in the data centers, but Microsoft uses clean energy facilities, and they focus on sustainability. Microsoft invests heavily in clean energy and ensuring that the ecological footprint of Azure is as small as possible. The Azure Data Center building is designed to host reliable Azure services, and each data center has an isolated power supply. It has dedicated computer networks, and it has backup power generators, and these ensure that your Azure resources are protected from things like power outages or problems in a networking component. And that kind of protection, that kind of localized protection against things that might go wrong, that's referred to as fault tolerance. Also, all data that flows into and out of a data center flows over cables that are either owned by Microsoft or leased for their exclusive use, and that's important from a security perspective. Now, if you want to see a really cool visual representation of an Azure region that you can explore, you can browse to this URL as shown on screen, and you can check it all out for yourself. So far, we've looked at the infrastructure that makes Azure resources possible. It's pretty cool stuff, but I'm sure you're starting to itch to get to use Azure yourself. So let's start digging into what Azure provides, and how you can start using the cool services offered by Azure. We'll continue our journey by looking at Azure Resource Manager.